All right, we are live, baby. Welcome. So this is day number 17 because yesterday was day 18 because I think I got the numbers mixed up, but it doesn't matter because we're 18 days in a row. We've been promoting this conference in Portland, Oregon, baby. And you may have noticed something different about the stream. Right? I'm not saying we're going to keep it, but and I think it needs to be mirrored. But one of our very capable volunteers made it, although it needs to be mirrored, which is something even I could do, but I'm a little too tired. It's a nice touch. I think we're probably gonna turn it off for now, but I did want to come in hot because you never know. On day 18, marked to 17, you might have something different. But anyways, welcome everybody. As a lot of people have said to me, I look pretty tired, and that is true. So this is going to be a short stream. And let me tell you a story, as in why are we doing these streams? Well, there's a lot of stories I could tell, but or maybe the purpose would be a better word. I was doing this to promote the conference that Intact Global is hosting in Portland, Oregon, March 29 to 31. And I did it so we could sell enough tickets. We have a good showing, a lot of support. See, oh, wow, a lot of people care about ending the genital cutting and mutilation of infants, right? That's really the purpose of the live streams. And maybe I'll keep doing them after. I do like seeing all of you, right? Buick, great to see you. We're here to dominate, absolutely. Young God, Buick, you name it. Ocean Birth, of course, the OG. So yeah, that's why we're doing it. But the reality is, we got the numbers, baby. We're pushing 60, right, to Portland, Oregon, right? We have done it. We have great numbers. Now, if we have more, we might even actually spill over into the largest room at the Sentinel. But it doesn't matter because we've already done it. Now, I want you there, and it's a historic event. I mean, this is the beginning of the end for the genital mutilation of children, where we remove humanity from the child sacrifice timeline that we currently are in. Because make no mistake, circumcision is a euphemism for genital mutilation, and it is a continuation of child sacrifice. We are literally severing parts of children's bodies to the gods or whatever to satisfy an uncomfortable circumcised man's idea of what an actual penis is, because we're not making this up. It is a total social construct that this body part wouldn't have a foreskin. It's like lips without a face or eyelids. These are important structures, right? They've evolved over millions of years, and every single mammal on the planet has one. So it is a total fringe and lunatic. It is a crazy position to say you need to remove this large body part from a healthy child, right? Totally nuts. So anyway, we've already done it. So, the conference is successful, or at least we have great numbers. We've got great presentations. We can run through as Buick says, we're on fire, baby. But yeah, so you can ask questions if you want. I see some questions coming in the chat, and that's cool. But yeah, we've got the numbers that we needed to make this a success. Now, that doesn't mean on day number 19th, when we do the live tomorrow, we're not going to be coming out swinging and have Senator Bob Jones on the other line. I don't know if that's a real person, but yeah. So I'm not saying that we're going to, let's say, taper these down, but I am taking a break because I want you to know mission accomplished with these lives, right? We've done it. We did what we need to do. Now we're going to live stream the entire conference on my channel, right? Because we want to raise donations throughout. This is going to be a big fundraiser. It's going to be, all the presentations are going to be live streamed, and then we're going to have commentary between every presentation. It's going to be a great talk, a great show. So yes, Maddie Campbell, yes, extra fire. Hello, everyone. Great to see you again, Maddie. If you're tuning in now, what I was saying is we've got huge numbers at the conference, March 29 to 31, Intact Global's inaugural conference, where we sue Oregon at the end. But yeah, as Vegan Atheist says, why are you an LGBTQ ally? What motivated you? Well, the LGBTQ movement was really supportive of the bodily integrity movement, and that makes sense, right? Because they're for bodily integrity, sexual autonomy, autonomy in general. And so we're natural allies. I have no, and I have a lot of friends who are in that community. So yeah, I mean, it was no brainer. And as Vegan Atheist also says, I love the live chats, but you need rest. That is true. So I'll probably do like a 10-minute live, right? We're gonna take it easy tonight. I got this new Mio vacuum cleaner today. It's amazing. I could see it over there. It's calling me. As Josh Clark says, I can't always make the streams because of work, but I'm here. Happy to have you, Josh. So let's take a quick look at what the actual conference is about. I know that we're promoting the streams every day. You can, tune in the chat if you got a comment. I'll do my best to hit it. Alex Vital, great to see you. Thanks for joining the chat. So yeah, anyway, it's Intact Global's 2025. We're going to do an annual conference till we end the genital mutilation of children, which hopefully will be in a year. I'm not saying it'll take a year, but that would be pretty epic, wouldn't it? But I do think it could be in the immediate future if we coordinate and execute, which totally can be done. Oh, I see Deborah's joining on Instagram. Great to see you. Yes, Aran Alexander, absolutely, it'll be streamed on YouTube. This is being streamed on YouTube actually, and that's the biggest channel and platform. So and as Oceanburst says, please subscribe to Eric's channel. Absolutely, we want to get us to 10,000 subscribers by the time of the channel. Anyway, we've got some other comments here that some of them are not as productive as we want. So anyway, let's talk about the conference real quick, because we are going to have a quick stream today, because as I was saying before, hell yeah, Aran, thank you for subscribing. Follow Aran and subscribe. Aran. And so the purpose of the lives, and I know some people like the lives, is that we wanted to boost numbers to the conference. And we've got a great turnout to the conference, right? I mean, we can get more tickets and that would be great, but we're starting to get like full. March 29 to 31 in Portland, Oregon. It will be a historic event. We will sue the state of Oregon, and we will unveil our plan to end the genital cutting of children. Anyway, and yeah, we're going to talk about a program, how we get that. To actually buy your ticket, you can click buy tickets now. It's also over here. We kept the price at $200 because, we want you there. We don't want this to price anyone out. So anyway, when you click on that button, what happens right here, you go to Ticket Tailor, right? And then when you select your tickets, you should definitely sign up for the lawsuit, right? That's March 31st in the late morning. And we got 10 early bird tickets, right? Once those sell out, we're kind of like, more or less full, right? So we've got, what is it? 18 days to go. So we still got a fairly big, tarmac, so to speak, and we've only got 10 tickets. So, this event's probably going to sell out, which is epic. It's epic. Very pleased with that. And I got a lot of great support in Portland too. So thank you, Brian. Thank you, Justin. I spoke with the plaintiffs, over the weekend, and I also texted with them today, and they are very excited and ready to essentially be heroes. We're going to stand up for what's right and protect these kids. So anyway, exactly, Maddie. Right, protect your sons. Attorney Clopper's in the house, baby. It's epic. I mean, this is going to be great. I appreciate the comment, Josh. Intactivism saved my life. I am literally your hero, which I appreciate that. I want us to do this together. I am one, let's say, manifestation of energy, and I am committed to ending the genital mutilation of children, because that's super dark and twisted and messed up. It's on its face, like beyond idiotic, right? Like even how wicked it is. It's like, oh, here's an infant. Let me mutilate his sex organs, right? What is wrong with you? And I saw that, with my own father, like, oh, wow, there's something psychologically wrong with you. Now, he's worked through that. We're no longer a pro genital mutilation family, but there's a lot of Jewish families who haven't had that, let's say, friction needed to, let's say, stop mutilating infants. And I know that it takes some friction and it takes persistence. And, I am if anything, a persistent man, right? You look at my past, I am all in, baby, and I am relentless. I am a little tired, but that's okay. So, oh wow, there's a lot of comments. L Law, yeah, there's 10 tickets left. At least at the how should I say, early bird. Once those are sold, I have to talk with the venue and say, okay, how can we fit more people in? Maybe we can get an even bigger room, but we have the nicest room, right? There's a reason I picked it. There's a lot of thought went into this. It's got great catering too. And it's not, I think it's priced below I think the $200, it's actually more expensive per person. Not a lot. It's like almost covers most of the ticket, but it's like high-end food, high-end venue, very classy, feels great. There'll be refreshments throughout. It's really, it's going to be a good event. I'm hosting it. Like, this is very well thought out, right? It's a finely orchestrated event. So, yeah, as Josh said, Josh Clark, I remember Brother K found me on years ago, a light in my darkness. As Oceanbird says, we are happy you are still with us, Josh. And, at least we can end this. I believe that, and I do believe it we can do soon. Yes, hit the thumbs up, like this. More people may like the stream. Alvar Munoz, great to see you. Love the tuning in on Instagram. Instagram's a whole nother system. I got to look over here. And yeah, definitely join Intact Global's Discord and subreddit as well, right? So Buick is a great moderator of Discord. We've got our own kind of chat channels there. And before you say anything, it is not Intact Global's position, every single thing that everybody says, right? Because it's like, hostile news organization. And then Intact Global's Discord, it says XYZ. It's like, look, we want to encourage free expression, anyway. As Aaron says, I wish I could make it here from the East Coast. I think my cousin was trying to pay for my plane ticket since I wouldn't shut up about it. Call your cousin and say, look, let's do it, right? We got a room block too, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And so for the Discord, go to intactglobal.org. I believe there's links there if you scroll to the bottom of the page. But yeah, the founders dinner is sold out, so that's done, right? But you can get 1 or 2 tickets for you and a friend. You click next, you put your name, your info, you name it. And if you are traveling, you should definitely stop at the room block, right? Because we need to fill out a certain number of rooms. It's about $40 cheaper per night through the room block. And it gets you down to about a Marriott Hilton. It's also like one of the nicest hotels in Portland. It's going to be a historic event. We're all going to be there. And yeah, it's $40 off a night. And it's also it's a very cool hotel. So when you click on this, you go down to the Sentinel. It kind of auto populates the code, and then you could fiddle with your check-in and check-out if you need to. And if you have a problem, just email me at eric@intactglobal.org, and I will get you set up on the back end if there's a problem with you doing it on the front end. And there's no innuendo there. We go back to the conference page, and this is what it looks like. As Aran says, will there be conferences in the future? Yes. As I was saying earlier in the stream, we'll do one a year, but we'll do press conferences every time we file a new lawsuit, right? Yes, Deborah, I'm just seeing your chat now. I do want you to join the live, but I'm wrapping up the live shortly if you're still on the live. So if you're seeing this, yes, let's definitely get you on the live maybe tomorrow. We could coordinate a time, but it's about 15 minutes in, and I'm going to log off soon only because, I need to take it easy at least one night every 4 weeks, right? So, because I take such good care of myself. No, but I do take good care of my clients. And oh, Josh, I'm glad you joined the Discord. So yeah. So anyways, this is the conference ticket. I showed you how to book discounted rooms. I showed you how to get your tickets either here or there, right? You should definitely register for the press conference if anything, because that's free. It's Monday. It's in the Courtyard Square public space, but we'll also live stream it, right? And we'll get everything beautifully filmed as well and edited. But anyway, but yeah, so this is where the press conference is going to be held. We've got a pending permit there. This is a good aerial shot, right? We got a little amphitheater there. And so we'll do our press conference outside in the Courtyard Square. And then the general admission, the $200 ticket, you can join leading lawyers, activists, and thought leaders. We're going to have 2 full days of engaging presentations, networking sessions, strategy sessions, panels. We're not going to talk about how terrible circumcision is. Everyone knows it's a premise. We're going to talk about how do we stop the mutilation of children, right? So that's really the purpose. And we're going to have phenomenal catering by Jake's Catering, which is the Sentinel's catering partner, right? And this is the Sentinel right here. Someone was saying it kind of looks like Hogwarts. As Vegan Atheist says, the place looks beautiful. It's a beautiful place, right? There's a reason I picked these places. I'm not, these are well thought out events. But yeah, and this is what the inside looks like. Really, really beautiful architecture, carpeting, you name it. It really comes together. I'm not really known for my style. I'm good at certain things, and matching furniture is not one of them. But one of my clients is a designer, and we're going to get rid of these curtains. That might be next. There's been a lot of big changes in the office, and they're lost on you guys, and I'm sorry about that. And as Maddie says, you should try to do one of those cool drone shots with everyone at the conference. We might do that, actually. Our lead videographer is very experienced with drone footage, and it's something you can do in Portland. So yeah, we'll probably do some overhead shots, and maybe we'll ask everyone to go outside and say, "Yo, let's do a group intact global shot," right? So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, so anyways, this is the link at the bottom of the chat right here. If you're trying to get tickets, there's about 10 left, at least at the early bird. So you want to get it now, because if you don't, I can't guarantee a spot. Like the founders tickets are sold out, the swag bags are sold out. We're like, dude, we're doing great. So this is the lineup. The first 4 are going to be Intact Global's board of directors, right? And talking about their different functions. We'll do a panel. We'll have a catered lunch. You'll get a Google form. You'll fill it out. There's 3 options, like a nice salmon, chicken, and a vegetarian dish. And then we have leaders of and representatives of different parts of the Intactivist movement. Chris, great to see you on Instagram. And so each one of the individuals after lunch on Saturday runs like a pretty major nonprofit in the space. So Tony Lasquardo with Intaction. Then we have Tim Hammond, the executive director of GALDEF. Then we have John Geishiker, the executive director of DOC, excuse me. Then we have Kerry Cantrell, who's going to talk about, okay, intactivism is great, and we need to stop the male genital cutting of boys, but we also need to stop the genital cutting of intersex individuals, right? Because that is a huge, huge problem as well. Between, like, I was looking it up earlier with one of my clients, 0.5% of individuals are clinically intersex. That's about 1.5 million in the US, and 1.6% of individuals exhibit at least one intersex trait. So that's about 4.7 million or so. And so the reality is it's a lot of people, and a lot of these people had parts of their genitals that function cut off for no reason. So she's going to talk about that. And then Michael Abanika, a friend of mine from Uganda, a human rights attorney, and he is going to talk about his human rights network and throughout Africa, and how can we work together in America? How can we start building this international human rights coalition of human rights attorneys and other activists? How do we support each other? Because, obviously we want to end the genital cutting of children here, but we want to protect every child on the planet, right? That's the ultimate vision. But, we're going to start with the United States. Then we're going to have a panel, and then we're going to have a great dinner, right? It's the nicest buffet dinner the Sentinel offers. And I did that for you guys because, we're going to go there. You might as well, enjoy not only the venue, but the food. It's going to be great. I'm telling you, like, I vetted these places. I went to Portland, Oregon, and checked out 10 different venues at least. As John Atkinson says, I want to pass out flyers to promote the press conference. Great question. No, there is not. But if you email me, I could connect you with somebody who can make some. I'm kind of maxed out at this point. As Maddie says, hi, John. Anyway, so going back, this is the link to get to the there we go. And so it's going to start with Martin Navoa. We have to update the title. So if you're watching this, Martin, I apologize. I haven't gotten to it today. But yeah, so we have Martin Navoa will get us started talking about, okay, historically, what are other ways in which has historically been shown that we can reduce circumcision rates? And, that's good context. That's good info. That's helpful. It doesn't mean that we can't try new ways, and we will, but we also want to, let's pull the levers that we also know work, right? And then we have Zenas Barr, who did similar litigation about 30 years ago. We've come a long way. We'll hear what he has to say. Then we have Peter Adler talking about different causes of action for if you're circumcised. Brad Kane about messaging. We'll have another catered lunch, and you'll get to pick which of the entrees. They're great. And honestly, I don't even know what some of the add-ons are, like, very fancy vegetables and sauces and whatever. But this is Jake's Catering, which is the premier food catering in hotels, certainly in Portland. It's great. People go there, they seek it out, like to just eat at a restaurant, which is not typical at like a Marriott or whatever. I know I went to the Marriott. I liked the people, but the food was underwhelming. Not so here. It's the Sentinel. So anyway, and then after lunch, we have Deborah talking about her experiences in the conservative Jewish community and kind of realizing, oh my God, circumcision is genital mutilation, and we're mutilating our babies wholesale. And how do we stop this? Because we don't want to harm our children, right? That's the gist of it. But she commented on Instagram earlier that she'd like to join a live, and I'd love you on the live if you're still watching. I'm not sure if you are. Not today, though, because we're going to wrap up soon, and I need to take a break tonight. And then Chris Cuday says on the chat, intersex is more common than identical twins out there, just saying. So think about how many identical twins right? And then think, okay, well, there's a lot more intersex people, and those people probably had big parts of their genitals cut off because the doctors were like, oh, I don't know, that makes me uncomfortable, time to carve it up. Totally nuts. Makes no sense at all. So anyway, so Deborah's going to talk about her experience in the religious community. John Siller will probably talk about his success in the bisexual nonprofit space. He went from 1% of people identifying as bisexual approximately to like 23% of Gen Z. That's certainly probably closer to reality. If sexuality is not 100% straight or 100% gay, it's like somewhere in the middle. That's what a lot of studies have shown. It's a spectrum. So it's much more closer to reality, 23%, than it was like the 0.1%. And so we're not talking about bisexuality, but the point is that was a successful movement. What can intactivism learn? We want to make it cool, assumed, and normal to not be for cutting babies. It is cool to not mutilate infants, right? It is assumed that you are against circumcision. It is normal to not perform cosmetic elective surgeries on your children that not only harm them, both the trauma of the surgery and the removal of the tissue, but literally could maim or kill them, right? Because if you get out of a circumcision with just a normal circumcision and you're still damaged, but it's some people are botched and it's like total disaster. And are you going to risk that to make sure that your son's penis conforms with your cultural idea of a penis, which has never existed in nature and never will, because it makes no sense, right? Anyway, so we're going to talk about how do we make this movement cool, assumed, and normal. We'll have a panel of a bunch of lawyers. You can ask them your questions. They can talk with each other, say, how do we move this forward? And then I'll do a final talk, and we'll have a founders dinner, which again is sold out, but that's going to be great. Here are all the speakers, at least their headshots, a good chunk of them, and then we'll have the founders dinner at Multnomah Whiskey Library, and I will hope that we can. How should we say? I'll talk about expanding the reservation. They seemed pretty not open to that, right? Like pretty aggressively not open to it. But, I'll see what can be done. I think it has to do with Oregon law. You have to tell your staff 3 weeks ahead what you need. And if you can't change it, or you pay a premium or something. And the reality is we're already within the 3-week window. So they'd have to change like the whole operation. And they might just have a blanket rule. We don't do that, which is unfortunate because I want a lot of people there. So real quick. So questions. Baby boy is born with hello everyone, random kid, great to see ya. I'm not on X. I don't, that's what vegan atheist says. Hello, random kid. My older brother was born over 2 months early. They scheduled the mutilation regardless. Totally true. Nothing says cool like lawyers. Well, you know, this lawyer is eking up there. And circumcision is like some sacrificial scene from the Beastmaster. Thank you, Iran. I appreciate that. So I'm going to get some rest. You got a good 25 minutes in. So buy your conference ticket. There's 10 left. Dude, we did it. Like, these streams were wildly successful. And dude, I'm very happy. And I have another case that I'm just, you know, just crushing, right? I feel very good about it. So that's what I've been doing. You know, obviously I'm not tired from these streams. These streams are just on top of the other stuff. But anyway, thank you all. Get your ticket. Have a great night. Great work, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys. Tune in and subscribe and attend the conference.